You, pleased Mum and Dad's going?
Pleased isn't the word.
Okay.
I would say
Relieved?
apprehensive. Relieved. They're going to be away for a while. Not under our skin anymore. I mean, they've relied on us too much, you know.
They're just hanging on now, aren't
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, though. It feels like being a parent, doesn't it?
Get them out from under our feet.
Yeah.
What are we getting to hold the boat, Chris, while I go back? Could you just do that?
Yeah, sure.
Just hold it out. I want to get it before your dad gets out, and then I can give him plenty of room and see him going in that.
Yeah.
Friends, neighbours and family gathered to say goodbye.
No, was that? Yeah.
Is this your... Oh. Okay. Just a fantastic journey.
I'll put it this way, I'm only doing it once.
No, you don't know that.
What are you referring to?
You don't know that.
He's gonna.
I wish I could go with him, but not really. I'd rather stay at home and race.
What an exciting adventure.
Yeah. What do you think about Anne and Gordon going away on a big trip?
I don't know.
You don't know? Me neither. I'm not bothered really.
What's the consensus then?
About the Campions
The best
being away.
thing about the Campions
Nobody's
being away?
bothered.
No one could give a...
No one gives a shit.
Oh, what a shame.
I don't believe that.
Oh, there you go.
I'm getting to borrow the compost bin.
It's all your dad's fault. Totally blame him.
Caring bunch.
The parties we can have in their house.
Going to use engine,
Off we go with a wee flotilla from Port Edgar. My name is Anne Campion, and my darling husband Gordon dragged me kicking and screaming around the world in our little 38-foot yacht Equinox in 2008. This is a film of our exploits and my experience. So we have untied and set off, and now in the Caledonian Canal with our children, the adventure begins.
Hello, we're in Ardglass in the north of Ireland, and we've forgotten to film the whole way around the north of Ireland. So we've been in Ballycastle, we've been in Bangor, and today we've come to Ardglass. And it was very, very flat, no wind, and we came through some interesting fog to get here, and then just suddenly the marina appeared in front of us. But as you can see, it's now a fabulous night, sun shining, beautiful evening. So, cheers.
We still had not done an overnight sail on this trip. We met yacht designer Steve Dashu on his first design for a luxury long-distance motor yacht, Windhorse.
What we're doing here this morning is that Fran and her dear friend Jackie Weave. How far are you planning on walking then this morning?
It's the peninsula, and it's approximately, the whole thing is about 7 miles.
Wonderful, wonderful. And do you think you're actually going to manage to do that, Richard?
Absolutely.
Bye!
After 3 days of puking, I wasn't looking my best.
How are you enjoying yourself?
I'm not enjoying myself at all. I keep asking if we're having fun yet, and nobody's telling me.
Hey guys, are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Willie, are you having fun?
Great one. I think I'll go for a swim.
It's just me then, is it? This is the edge of the Bay of Biscay. horrible.
Unfortunately, I had a medical issue here and had to fly back to the UK. Murray, a good friend, came to the rescue. I rejoined after 1 week in Lisbon. We spent many family holidays here in the past. Madeira was a glorious sight after a lumpy journey.
We are in Madeira, and it's a beautiful day, as you can see. And Martin and Gordon and I have just hired a car.
That's us scaled the highest peaks of Madeira, 6,000 feet, something like that, the third highest point in Madeira. And we've walked all the way up from the car about 20 feet below us. There's the skipper dramatically atop a mountain peak.
Here we are in the marina at Las Palmas. This is the day before the arcs start. There's Lee. Hi Lee, give us a wave. Yoo-hoo! And there's...
We should be on our way.
We will indeed. And there's the missus, there's Barbara. Barbara, quick hello. Yoo-hoo! And she's preparing the veggies, getting them all cleaned and ready to go on the boat. We're waiting for our delivery still. As you can see, everybody's got the flags up. Everyone's dressed overall. And the marina's a hive of activity, even although it's the day before, everyone's still got plenty to do. It's a bonny sight with all the flags. Next door to us here we have an American boat called, would you believe, Hope and Glory. Nobody on board at the moment. It's a rather nice island packet, very nice boat. So, all smart, everybody getting ready. Right then, Michael, so tell us, why are you doing the arc?
Well, because we're daft as brushes in our old age. It's a three-quarter life crisis.
Aha.
And the wife's wanting rid of me for a few months.
Okay. She's a sensible woman, isn't she? As you can see, a lot of people here are really quite partial to a banana, and some people have decided to have enough to do for maybe a month. I don't know. We'll see how long they last. That could be a big rotting pile of yuck within a few days, but good luck to them. We've decided to probably not have bananas on the boat. So
I flew across the Atlantic but prepared the boat for the trip. Gordon, Martin and Jan Erik took 24 days, 0 hours and 41 minutes to cross the Atlantic with winds from 0 to sparky, and filled their days with boat tasks and fishing. Some degree of success in the fishing, but when I rejoined the boat in St Lucia, I questioned their housekeeping skills.
Do you think I should lift it?
Well, it could do.
So how are we doing in this race?
That's the kind way of sailing.
Is it a race?
Best one.
Well, we'll be halfway in a couple of hours.
We will, I hope, theoretically.
Yeah. So,
Yes. And all the way in about another 50 days, probably.
Here we are in mid-Atlantic with no wind at all.
Chris and Rachel rejoined us in St Lucia for a beach Christmas. Great fun.
Gordon's other name is Hurricane Hole, and you can see why.
So there's moorings. If we brought our boats here, you can pick up moorings. Yeah.
It's absolutely lovely. Banana jam, you have to have it. Banana ketchup. Let's put that on your plantain. Put it on
To
your
make it taste
plantain
like
to make it
bananas.
taste like bananas. Need to taste banana ketchup. Okay,
let's try that.
Oh
No,
wow,
thank you.
that's good. No, it's like chutney. It's like a relish. Fantastic.
A French Caribbean island, very wealthy and unlike other islands in the region. The colonial style was very obvious. Essential boat maintenance back to St Lucia now feels like home after so many visits. St Vincent was a revelation, very poor, with vast cannabis crops growing on the hillsides and a prehensile terrain and flying pterodactyls. Well, not really.
Big sheds over here where you can see the rails where they pulled out the trays and they lay the spices out on the trays and then put them back in here for drying. You can still smell the nutmeg and spices in the air. Amazing.
This island was devastated by Hurricane Ivan in 2004. Then Hurricane Emily pummeled the island in 2005. And all greenery and plant life was gone. But recovery was swift. Now, in 2009, it's lush and verdant again.
This is how you do your laundry. Lots of fresh water. And then while you're washing, you spread it out on the stones and it's drying while you go.
Continue the deepening of our integration process, fishing and construction sectors. For our young people, has already commenced. This program will equip and empower them to enter lifetime.
The colours worn by the people reflect their national pride.
Hi there. Here we are in Venezuela. We've just crossed over from the West Indies to, I suppose technically we're now in South America, is that right? Yeah. So it's absolutely beautiful. The climate's much kinder. It's about 5 degrees cooler. There's a fabulous breeze blowing, much drier, much less humidity. And friends of ours have just come and are now anchoring. Their 2-year-old baby's just dropped the anchor with the button. So it's lovely. Good to be here. Very unusual place. Only 160 people living here. But they said we can only stay one night because they don't want 160. What's that? 3. Right, this is how you keep clean when you've been at sea for a long time. That's Gordon. He's been in for a bit of a swim. The water's not that warm here actually, it's a bit colder. Now we're using what's called sailor soap. Hold up the bottle. What's the... That's not actually sailor soap, what is it? Yeah, sea shampoo, which is also a body wash. So anyone that's coming out to join us, try you can get it. It's so hard to come by. And it leaves your hair soft and lovely and your skin just so
moisturised, it's amazing. Got a special soap for using with seawater. There you go, look, a shiny boy. You feel shiny? Shiny?
Oh, shiny now.
Yeah. Okay, good. You can come back on the boat then.
Yeah.
Okay. We were not welcome in Venezuela. We were taken to the police station, interrogated and told to leave at gunpoint. Our visas were okay, but the boat document apparently was wrong. Carnival time.
I'm not eating it, I'm a bit fussy.
It's a vegan. Slave houses and the dead coral that make this island. Salt fields and weird roadside voodoo sculptures. Okay. Oops.
It's more in the power zone when it goes down. That's very, very fast.
A Dutch-owned island where Gordon's father sailed into during World War II on oil tankers. While he was on leave, his ship was torpedoed and sank with all hands lost just outside the harbour here. A very poignant visit. There we met lovely Americans in a place which is very American. awful passage over 3 days. The seas which went around this coast of Venezuela and Colombia are foul. We sought shelter in a bay out of the 45-knot winds, but it gave us katabatic blasts all night.
Well, here we go. I'll leave you to the scenery. I think my face says it all as far as weather is concerned.
We've got a 120-mile sail now, so 24 sail, so we should get there in time at this speed. But we're going to take it easy. I'm not going to put out too much sail.
I'll show you how much sail we've got out. Right, hang on, what are we doing just now in terms of speed? Let's see that. 5.4, yeah, something like that. And
A handkerchief.
there's the sail. See that wee titchy thing up there? Okay.
Had handkerchief sails.
Yes, we just arrived at Cartagena after a very horrible journey with big waves up to 4 or 5 meters and winds of up to 42 knots, normally 33 to 35 knots. Now here it's quite interesting. A lot of very small fishing boats. And they all seem to be buoyed where they are, just fishing the lines.
Hi, this is it 5 days at sea, look. It's good, isn't it?
Radioed into Cartagena Marina, and John answered in a very Scottish accent, apparently from Dundee.
Oh yes, it's recording okay.
Después, ya vete de nuevo. Yo, arriba por favor.
Sí.
Y observamos dos clases de balcones.
Hola.
En la calle de la Moda, por donde vamos.
My new best friend.
The old town of Cartagena is so Spanish and full of Colombian Spanish culture. It is the cosmetic centre of the planet. When you moor up, you are given a list of all possible cosmetic procedures. The next boatwoman had a boob job.
I know this now, plantain. Everyone eats plantain. It's very good. Is it good? Hmm? You like? Do you keep this?
Where's
the sweet?
San Blas was one of my most precious places on the planet. These indigenous people were displaced from Panama mainland and made these islands their own. They are pure Kuna Indian and their culture is unique. gentle, loving and survivalists. Flowers. Someone has flowers. Here's our little friends back again. Horatio Martinez was our guide, and at 74 years old went up our mast to make a repair. Okay, where's Mama? She's got lots of children here.
Hello.
Hello, dear. You want to pass these around if you want? We need to give this gentleman something for his time, no doubt. Should I sit down here? In the light. Oh, people there, the electricity. Where's that place? Plastic washed up on their beaches is our waste, but they gather it to keep their beaches clean. This ship ran aground the day before we arrived. It's the island's supply ship, and it just failed. I like this. 15. No way, 15.
15?
15? What? I know there's much work. It's beautiful work. Much work. Much work. Mucho trabajo. Oh, this is beautiful, but 15's a lot of money. A lot of money.
Oh, you've got a lot there.
No, this is one here. Hold this one just now. I'm still negotiating.
Okay.
And this is very bright. There's a fish. Do you can make cushions with these?
Yeah.
More mola. Muchos mola. This is one of the most beautiful sunsets I think I've seen for a while. In this wonderful, wonderful little anchorage.
Okay, wave.
You see anybody behind the...
a little one just up there,
Yeah.
look, watching us.
He's watching us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These howler monkeys did howl, but we missed it.
To a tree. And they give you some honey all over.
An evening walk in the jungle, just what you need before dinner.
We waited for days to get a slot to traverse the canal and spent lots of time buying old tyres as fenders and negotiating with pilots before going into the canal. After all efforts and complying, we were led into the canal in the dark.
This is us just coming into the entrance to the Panama Canal, and it's quite late. What time is it, someone? No idea what time it is.
Half past 8.
8:30 at night, pretty dark, and all we can really see are lots and lots of lights. We've got a very, very large ship going in ahead of us somewhere out there in the dark. About there. And then there's a large yacht. You can just see his mast lit up ahead of us, going in behind that. Then we're going in, tying up to a catamaran.
Put it right here. Put it right here.
Now entering, and the gates are closing. Water gushing into the lock, an engineering marvel. Overnight we were moored up in the artificial lake, and next morning phase 2.
Through the canal, yes.
We're going to take a shortcut called the Banana Channel.
Yeah.
It's very close, you know. It's about 6.5 miles long.
Okay.
Shortcut. Save us some time.
Right, okay.
We have at Pedro Miguel. Right now it's going to be on the west side at 1100.
11:30.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. So what speed do you want me to go at?
Okay. What kind of speed can you make? About 6?
Oh, 6 easy, yes.
Okay. So 6 now.
Okay.
Important, the first pilot reports on food on passage to the second pilot. Apparently my food was great, so second pilot was expecting something fabulous, and he got it. For the second part of the canal locks we were tied to Mikado. Hello Ian, Australian friend, and great pals through the canal.
This is us entering the Pacific.
Ya le hice la gracia, lo tomaste.
It's 20 past 1 on 31st of March 2009.
It looks just the same as the last one. And this is us coming in. Is this Panama City? Yeah.
Yes, right.
provisioned up in Panama City at last. First day out, we sighted a huge pod of pilot whales. They played around the boat for ages.
There's loads of them. Yeah. Oh, there's hundreds of them. Yes. Yeah. They're right up here.
Big wheels though.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. You got your other camera on.
Well, I've never seen
Here we are in the middle of the Pacific. Janice is on watch.
Indeed.
Yes. What day is it today?
Easter Sunday. The bunny has been.
Oh, wait till I go and get them. Okay, this is what Janice brought for Easter Sunday. This is bunny droppings. These were once little chocolate Easter eggs, but she didn't really realise the effect that the temperatures might have. So, yes, there we go.
They've all melted.
Easter
Yes.
bunny droppings. But thank you so much, dear. Lovely thought.
Crossing the equator, we celebrated with a wee dram.
Hello! We're at the equator!
At the equator! The moon's up there!
And there's no line. I can't see the line.
It's too dark to see the line.
Well, congratulations, everyone.
Hey, you too. You did all right. You did okay.
Land ahoy!
Over there! Under that big cloud line. Right, for those of you who remember Gordon Campion in his past life, this is what, 6 months, well how long have we been at sea now? Oh, 9 months maybe. Yeah, a long time, but this is what it does to you. I mean, it's really not a pretty sight, I know. Can you come out of the shade there, dear, so that people can see the full horrors, you know? You're kind of hidden there a wee bit. Yeah, see, look at that. I mean, isn't that just incredible? It's tragic, really. You used to be such a... I know, Janice. You've seen me trying to detangle them, haven't you? It's just it's a real job of work, that, every single day. And as you can see, I haven't done it this morning.
No, I can tell.
But we're just approaching... where do we come? Galapagos now. We're coming into Santa Cruz.
Here we are, arriving at the Galapagos Islands. This is Santa Cruz. 800 odd meters high.
Wildlife here was stunning, with frigate birds, blue-footed boobies, pelicans, many types of crabs and sea life, marine iguanas basking on the volcanic rocks, and a huge variety of species unique to these islands.
They're big ones. But are they blue-footed? Yeah, they're blue-footed. No, don't do it. Must have frightened it too much. No, I'm scared. Tengo 2 semanas. Yo lo conozco.
I returned to the UK from here and met up with Equinox again in the Marquesas.
Quite a good wind, so going along at good speed, about 7 knots to the water.
Bloody hell. Slow the boat down.
Hook it in.
What,
Hook it.
tonight?
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Willie and Gordon caught some sizable fish en route.
Cracker, absolute cracker. And here we have Chef Ramsay preparing seafood.
Chef Gordon, not Ramsay. And this bit of the barbecue is a bit hairy. It's very hot.
Especially travelling at 6 knots.
That's right, and it's cold all over the place. We're swaying about all over the place.
I can't eat. Come again.
Don't wind it in.
I'm trying to wind it in, Christ. Ah.
Here we are, just across the Pacific and just coming into the Marquesas. Hiva Oa and Ationa is a town. And there's Willie.
Good morning.
Willie with a beard, in fact.
That'll be for shortly, I'll be off.
About 20 odd boats here.
Any chance maybe a lobster tonight in this one here? Been sitting all night. A bit of crappy chicken in it. And what have we got? Oh, there's something. Yes.
What have we got?
There's a hammerhead shark.
What? God.
Look at that. In fact, there's fish. 1, 2, 3 fish and a baby hammerhead shark.
How the hell do you cook that?
Very carefully. I'll have a hammerhead shark sandwich, make it snappy.
This island is very beautiful and well maintained, as are most of the Pacific islands. Gauguin lived here and painted here. His Pacific women are still seen and very recognisable. You can't leave them alone for 5 minutes, you know. Well, apart from the fact that he looks more like Robinson Crusoe or Jesus by the day, don't know which, and his tummy's completely gone, look at that. If you just turn slightly to your left, dear.
Right.
Now that is a tattoo, and it takes the form of a turtle. And he had that done by a local guy. When was it, dear?
On Wednesday, just
Mhm.
4 days ago.
And how did he do it?
With a spiky piece of plant.
This is a rights of manhood or something. That is a flying fish, which he drew himself, and the guy just filled it in with local native pattern. Whoa. That would be the locals. They're all coming on shore now to try and get the canoes stacked up and put away.
We got up this morning and we saw a cruise ship, the Regent Line will go down, and here the tender is coming in, setting up the chairs and barriers.
The next island was notable for its rocky formations and lush vegetation. We also experienced fierce katabatic winds in the anchorage, and one boat drifted out to sea 5 miles before the owners woke up and realised that they had moved. They had to pull up the dangling anchor. Very hard work.
We are in the Tuamotu Islands just now. We came from the Marquesas a few days ago, a six-day sail, 5-night sail. Quite a good sail, but bit lumpy. And during that sail we caught a 40-pound tuna. The boat was quite rocky at the time, so it was very difficult to film. We couldn't film at all, in fact, because we needed 2 people to bring the tuna aboard. In fact, I caught that with a rubber glove and a hook within about 30 seconds of putting it out. We've still got tuna in the fridge just now as well, and we've given a lot away, so I think we'll have it for a wee while. Well, here is very pleasant. This is an atoll, completely different from Marquesas. Marquesas, very high mountains and a lot of rain, very wet. Here it's drier, but it's an atoll, so you have about a 5 or 6 mile circle of small islands. Inside you have coral reefs. We have multiple bommies around us, so we have to be careful where we anchor. Very pleasant, and of course no waves here because it's all surrounded by the coral reef. What are you doing?
That's not fair. I'm making bread and rolls for the next journey. Just getting them all set out here. And then we've got some other bits and pieces of preparation to do just before we go, to pre-cook a couple of meals in case we get nasty seas and all that kind of thing. So, yes, it's scorching outside, and you can imagine now that the oven's on full in here, it's but it certainly raises the bread. The bread rises in no time at all. It's just great. So yeah, domestic chores go on as ever, even in the middle of the most idyllic spot in the world. You have to do your chores like a good girl. So there we go.
Birthday girl?
Yes, it is. Happy birthday, yes.
And then isn't it Australian or is whitewashing also?
Yeah. 3 times.
Yeah.
We have 4 times. And you have 3 times.
Yeah.
Looking good, girl. Aren't we just the cat's pajamas? This is the reprobate society, and you have to travel wide and far to find a bunch of people just as bad as this lot.
James Capper's in her
That was unreal. I got a chance to thank it properly for that night. It was really fantastic.
Beautiful man, beautiful there. We're very happy.
Much partying here, and enjoyed watching the local inter-island canoe races.
Where are we going now?
Well, if all goes well and we're pointing in the right direction, we should be in Bora Bora sometime tomorrow afternoon.
This is us approaching Bora Bora.
The Flower Festival in Bora Bora was a magnificent sight, with all the villages of the island displaying decorated floats and demonstrating their songs and dance.
You've got your uniform all wet.
It's okay. We got a washing machine.
Do you know it?
Boy Scouts cleaned the boat to raise funds for their troop. A very jolly bunch who appreciated lots of snacks.
See, there's some green stuff over there. Why? You are useless. So I can sell them myself.
Rarotonga was much cooler than we had experienced for many months. A welcome relief. And that's Rob in the front of the car. Yoo-hoo, Rob! Hi there! And there's Anna. Hello! Oh, that's close. Oh, it is. It's a bit nasty, actually. Right. So this is real sort of rainforesty stuff that we've had to move because of the mosquitoes. They're fierce. And we're now heading down to find some snorkeling and some lunch or something. Here we go. Yes. We're on our way to Samoa, and on the trip we now have done 509 miles. We've got another 300 and something to do. So this will be our 5th night at sea, and we're hoping to get in on Saturday, which is another 3 nights away. So that'll be quite nice. So what are you doing there, Rob?
Trying to take an insight.
Right, and how many readings have you done so far?
3 this morning.
Okay, all successful, yeah.
Emphasis on the word trying.
Trying, yes, absolutely. Doing well though. Hi Anna. How are you doing there? I'm
fine, thank you.
And how's the trip been so far? Tell us about Rarotonga.
Lovely. And wet and windy.
It was a bit, wasn't it?
Island.
Beautiful though, snorkeling, yeah.
Great snorkel.
What's the weather been like?
Well, it's been a bit mixed actually. We've both been really cold since we got to Rarotonga because temperature dropped from 32 to 23. And been a lot of cloud and cold winds there, but now it's beginning to warm up again as we head closer to Samoa. The sun's come out today, which is great, and yeah, things are fine. The sea's been pretty big, and we've had winds gusting up today to about 25 knots, so we're scooting along, doing well. Cabin fever. There's some guys with a ukulele tuning up. The marketplace was a buzzing, vibrant place and the street food was great.
Very good. Having dinner?
Yes, plantain. Chicken. Chops. This was one of many hip-wiggling demonstrations, and apparently it's all done from the feet. Robert Louis Stevenson's house, the Plantation, was a very poignant experience, with his Scottishness apparent in every corner. School photos of Edinburgh Academy and stag antler silver on the table showed his origins. He succumbed eventually to the tuberculosis which had driven him here in the first place. This work was commissioned to celebrate the end of cannibalism on the island. The locals loved to tell us, "We won't eat you anymore." This is a typical long canoe which was paddled by 40 men. As you can see, it took a lot of manpower just to launch it. The homes were open to the elements, and it was strange to see the inhabitants living inside, watching telly. It's a traditional house.
Here we are, just coming into Tonga.
We were greeted by a mother and baby humpback whales. We maintained a respectful distance.
It's bigger than the boat, isn't it?
It's much bigger than the boat. I just wish it would come out.
Yeah.
It's only coming out a wee bit at a time.
Let's turn around that way.
Hi, Nick. How you doing? Hi, Gordon. Hi. You okay? Had a good lunch?
Had a good lunch, yes.
Excellent. Where are
Fish
we?
burger. We're at a place called Aquarium in Tonga.
Yeah. Tonga Bob's is an institution on the island having a sand floor and grass roof. The Whahawhini, i.e. boys raised as girls, perform weekly, and this culture is much respected in Tonga and many of the Pacific Islands. Some were convincingly feminine, while others looked like front row forwards. came off the boat for 2 nights for essential boat maintenance and stayed in a beautiful beachfront chalet. In part 2, we visit an active volcano, see wild orangutans, sail through Pirate Alley and onwards.